What is up, ladies and gentlemen? John McClain here with another fantastic video, another great one. We're going to get into the world of technology today, how we came to hate technology. That's the title of it, so let's just get into it. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and like and share and all the good stuff. Get by.
Technology.
Wait, not by.
It makes our lives easier so we could
Great intro, per usual.
focus on the good things in life, like recreationally using technology. Up until the past decade or so, technology was exciting. It was solving all these problems we face and making life more enjoyable, all
You ever have an iPod? I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then, of course,
while looking
if you don't know what happened to them, they're obsolete because your cell phone does everything now.
sick as fuck. Somewhere in the 2010s, though, it started to create more problems than it solved. It was distracting drivers, causing addictions and mental illness, stealing jobs, and it just stopped looking cool as fuck. We went from being hyped over every new advancement to just
Oh, I remember that. Remember the hype? I remember the hype. I wanted a new phone, the new phone every year, the new one. Now it's like the new phone is the old phone. It's the same phone with just quicker apps and stuff, which I think, well, I'm pretty sure they do the updates to slow down the older phones. So that way you want to get a newer phone.
indifferent, if not a little resentful
Tricky.
and maybe scared. Today I'm going to go over how fun and exciting technology used to be, how our perception of it has shifted to kind of hate it, and why this is all happening. Let me take you back to when technology was still fun. I'm not going to say this is the best era, but this is kind of right before people started to just fucking hate it. You had things coming out like the iPod. Holy shit, I can listen to Beyonce, Hot Shell Ray, and pirate fighting sounds without the cumbersome tapes and CDs of the past.
I remember when I would go, hiking, right, in Yosemite, and we on the way there, they would, because I was part of a program, right, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and the guy that was taking us, he would play this tape, and it was of a video, like a movie, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I thought it was so cool to be in a car listening to the movie. And look how far we've...
There were new computers dropping left and right. What do I want to buy? Maybe the computer with a big ass booty? I don't even know if I can handle all that ass. Maybe I should go with the laptop with the red hot nipple in the middle. Quick side note, a friend once told me that their nipples get darker the angrier they get. I don't know if that's true or if that's even relevant here, but I'm
pretty sure it's not relevant.
Can't be the only one carrying the burden of knowing that. On second thought, this is kind of triggering. I think I'm just going to go with the Dell.
That triggered him.
This is the 2000s, not Toontown. You still had safe options like the Dell. If you were interested in safe options, though, gaming was just not for you in the 2000s. Not only was it really edgy for some reason, but every console was revolutionary. Oh my god, the new PlayStation and Xbox consoles have high resolution buff dudes and bodacious babes. And if you're not into that, you could just whack off with the Wii. Like whack the tennis racket. Console launches and even game launches were national events. I'm pretty sure businesses closed on the day Halo 3 came out. I mean, people camped out for this game.
I remember these days. I was one of those people that would camp out to get the new game coming out.
I don't think people even drove to the store for Halo Infinite. You know what? People camped out for literally everything in the 2000s. What was up with that?
For shoes, for gaming systems, everything.
Captain Crunch is releasing an all berries variety? Someone get my camping tent. Probably the biggest camping event was for a phone, which is where we got hit the hardest in this downfall of technology.
Anyone remember when the Dolphin back screen, it was in color, came out? I think it was on a Nokia or something. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I had one.
Buying a phone was like
I know
buying a car. You had to weigh the pros and cons of every model and
I worked for AT&T in the booth.
Really picture what your life was going to be like with it. So this one has a built-in MP3 player, high-speed 3G service, and a sliding keyboard.
Sold.
And this one's blue. Let me just go with the blue one, please. You got different phones coming out with cool new features, unique shapes, varying sizes, and keyboards that deployed in ways you...
Ooh, remember the Sidekick? The Sidekick was the thing. I had one. It was a little hard to type. Like the buttons were really close. But besides that, I thought it was pretty cool.
Never even could have
You ever had one?
imagined. There was genuinely something for everyone. Nokia, Razr, Sidekick, Pearphone,
Razr.
BlackBerry, and the iPhone were so novel and, more importantly, so diverse. They were worth camping out for. Kind of, not really. Today you just buy them online or go to the Apple store. Nowadays you walk into an AT&T store trying to buy a phone looking like this. They're just like, what the fuck? You look good for 65. How can I help you, sir? This concept of having something for everyone extended to the internet as well. Hey, check it out. We don't need cable when we could just watch homoerotic content on this YouTube thing. Finally, another outlet for me to show off my shit music taste. Wow, I really wish I could see my favorite celebrities share shitty one-liners and or racist hot takes. Awesome! I hope this doesn't turn into a schizo battlefield of who could be the most offensive or offended. You're telling me I could sign up to see what my old high school buddies are up to, or if I'm only 9 years old, I could sign up to just play games? I love Facebook. I hope this doesn't turn into a geriatric battlefield arguing whether or not this video of Michael Jackson as Superman is real. There were always
I don't know. What do you think? Is that real?
new websites cropping up, so all furries had to do was wait just one more second, and there you go. There's a new website for you guys. Don't do anything weird on there. Although it was kind of annoying, there was something fun about all websites looking different and getting redesigns every few years. A few years ago, I got this book from a used bookstore, and it just has a bunch of old Flash websites. And
I actually had one of those books before. I was really into design work. I was a graphic designer before. And I had a web book. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
it is fucking sick. It is genuinely sad what happened to the design of websites. I used to regularly browse the Pokemon website as a kid, and you know when a new redesign dropped, my little ass was popping champagne. Or I guess it was just apple cider. At the time, it seemed like technology was always advancing and getting better. You can see how positively we thought about it with the obsessive use of Frutiger Arrow. This is officially a YouTube video because I said the word Frutiger Arrow. Technology looked futuristic yet clean, and we thought it was going to integrate with our natural world. And butterflies were going to be flying through bubbles and neon green pastures. So yeah, it didn't really integrate with our natural world.
You know what I haven't seen a lot is I used to get free things or cheap things off of Craigslist and resell them, right? So one time this guy sold me a big screen. It was $15. It was like a 65-inch, and it was almost paper thin. It was so thin. Still today, I haven't seen anything like it out there. I guess you could buy them online. It's probably where he bought them, but he was like a developer or something, so you know they probably have connections. But I did find it online, and that's the only place I could find it. But they don't have them in stores, TVs like that. And then there was another one, a Samsung that curved up, like it was the stand, and then it curved up, like, and it was all flat. I had one of those as well. But yeah, I wonder what happened to that. That would have been pretty cool. Probably too expensive to make.
World. It kind of did the opposite, but I'm getting ahead of myself.
It does seem like things are getting really, really cheaper these days. Price and quality.
Actually, I already got ahead of myself, and it just arrived today. All right, going back to where I was, people were excited for what was to come. They had time to breathe between new innovations and enjoy the new product they just bought. New products also warranted being released. They would usually serve a purpose, fix a problem, like tech products are supposed to do. If a
Call of Duty.
New iteration of a product came out, it was different enough to justify buying it. Like, yeah, the GameCube could really use a controller that you could whack off. Now, compare all these generalizations to today. None of them are true anymore. Now, before we dive in, I don't mean for this to just be an old good, new bad, because looking at modern technology, that's just not the case. We have incredible technology today. This is more about how our perception of it has changed and how technology is advancing in a less than desirable direction. Also, this is not just a boomer thing or just a zoomer thing. Most people across all ages are starting to admit, yeah, we got a bit of a problem here.
Sounds like a boomer thing.
Here. For example, think of how people reacted to when something as simple as FaceTime released. I could pick up my phone at any time from anywhere and video call whoever I wanted, and it didn't look like 2 pixels. It was genuinely mind-blowing. You know what? My friend had buffalo wings from Chuck E. Cheese the other day, so I'm gonna give him a quick call and see how he's doing. Hey buddy, how's your stool?
You've got to help me, man. There's so much blood.
All right. Now compare that reaction to when I say these 2 letters, AI, or these 3 letters, NFT, or these 4 letters, SPUM. This shit is in the news every week, and we're tired of hearing about it. AI is more concerning because at least with NFTs, it was just kind of like an idiot pastime. You didn't have to worry about it affecting your everyday life, and it just kind of died out on its own after a few months. Who knew that a poorly animated eyesore of an ugly-ass, shitty-ass cartoon wasn't gonna save these things? Could you have predicted that? Can we call in That's So Raven and ask if she could have predicted that this ugly-ass, shitty cartoon was not gonna save the world of scamming that is NFTs? AI and automation advancements
I'm glad to say I never fell into the NFT realm.
are not as fun as advancements in keyboard deployment technology or video game graphics. Like, we kind of have to be concerned with the outcome of the former. And this is kind of how we feel about everything in tech now. Hesitant and exhausted. Everything was becoming more convenient and solving all these little annoyances of everyday life, but now
I like tech now. I just feel like it's it's really expensive, right? Like the really, really good stuff, like I was talking about earlier, you don't see that stuff in the stores, but that stuff's really, really cool. I like it.
now we've regressed. You try to order food or even just look at the menu of a restaurant before you go, and it wants you to sign up, or it's gonna throw you into the app store to
I just go to the restaurant.
download their app. You want to take the train? You got to download an app. You want to take the bus in the same city? You got to download a different app. You want to check into the emergency room because you have the sword of a Sengoku period ninja
I live off grid in a tiny home. I stay home.
in your chest?
Sir, can you scan the QR code to check in through the app?
I don't have the app. I just have a sword in my chest. Can I do like a paper form or something?
Sir, can you scan the other QR code to download the app?
Then you got social media, which is just like f***ing horrible now. Look at these statistics.
I agree with that one. Social media it's really, well, I don't know, it's
And these ones
see what
too.
he has to say.
Okay, what about these ones? I think I'm putting up bad statistics, I hope. What started off as a fun way to connect has turned into, I don't even know what to describe.
It's like all fake. Instagram's fake. Facebook's for scammers and, older people. I don't know. If that, I know I'm generalizing and I probably shouldn't, but it's for a certain type of crowd, but it's just like groups. Nothing is really social, right? Nothing is really where I could go to this one and that one and have a good time. It's all like this one, hey, you have to be like this one you have to be like that, this one you have to engage and all this stuff. And I'm like, it's too much. It's way too much. It's like,
This as. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what's going on with Instagram captions. Like, it's sassy, but you're also in the third person because you're the main character and slaying. And it's not just a girly thing. I'm not going to just dog on the girls out there. Us guys do this shit too. We got default captions and poses too. You got to work the boys into every caption.
I don't even do Instagram anymore. Like now and then I might post a video or two, but it's not for me.
And then throw up a 4 when you're posing with said boys. Hey, getting my colonoscopy with the boys. Picking up floss from the store with my boys. Just went fishing. And then drunk drove and hit a family of 4 with the boys. Then you got Snapchat, which I just had to delete because what the fuck am I gonna do with Snapchat when you're no longer
Yeah, I downloaded it again and I'm like, what is this? It's just a mess.
in high school and taking pictures of random people in class and drawing a wiener over them? There's really no point to this app. Plus, the Discovery tab is concerning. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to keep ranting about social media, so I'm just going to leave off with these last 2 things. First of all, everything has a TikTok feature. Instagram has one. Snapchat has one. YouTube has one. The Guitar Tabs app has one. I'm trying to learn Love Bug by the Jonas Brothers. Why do I need to see a 12-year-old ripping their vocal cords to sing Alicia Keys? Second, if you're tired of all these apps becoming so bloated that you don't even remember what their original purpose was, you can download all these.
Like TikTok, it was Musically, right? It started off as Musically, and then it became TikTok.
These BS real social media apps that all your friends are just going to stop using after 3 days. Like, I'm pretty sure I still have a friend actively posting to Be Real, just into the void. I have been fucking with Locket though. That one's kind of cool. It puts pictures of my friends on my home screen. Social media lost the plot so long ago. They don't each have their niche anymore. They want to incorporate features from all the other apps so they could be the catch-all app, but they just end up being bland. Like, why would I choose Instagram over Snapchat or Google+, the best social media platform to exist? And this
I remember Google
is the big killer here, the homogenization of everything. I already mentioned every app having a TikTok feature, but we also have a story feature on every app. Why? And staying on the topic of homogenization, let's go back to phones. I'm just gonna show you phones from like 20 years ago, and then phones from today.
different. Now they're all
Dude,
the same.
that sucks. These are all just iPhones. It's the same with cars, tablets, and laptops, where everyone wants to copy the style of Tesla and Apple respectively. Not only has tech gotten so homogenized, but it's gotten very invasive too. And I don't mean in like a toddler coughing in your face kind of way. I mean in a rash kind of way, where it's always there reminding you,
Hey, I'm here. You want to play with me?
that's what a rash sounds like. It sounds like Ash Ketchum.
Whoa, Pikachu! Click my link tree in the bio to check out my SoundCloud.
I don't know if I should keep these impressions in the videos. I don't know why I'd never choose to cut them out. We reached a point where technology was seamless and solved real problems. And past it, where now technology is inconvenient. You used to get in your car and you had your music, AC, and all your little car features easily accessible because you're hurling a 1,000-pound vehicle at 65 miles an hour. You got to be able to access these everyday things quickly and easily. Then we passed that point. Now everything is behind 3 menus on a touchscreen that you have to look at and pray that you don't hit 2 kids and a dog while using. Home phones let you call your friends and plan ahead or catch up. You can leave a message if they're not home, and it wasn't.
I remember when video calling was just coming around, and at first I was like, man, that would be so cool if that was real. And then it came out, and I was like, it was just so cool. And now it's like, what is coming out that gets me to that, level of excitement of like, oh, I want it, I want to try it.
The end of the world if
Not
they didn't
much.
answer
I guess,
for a little
I guess that's true.
while. Cell phones helped bridge that lost connection when you're out on the town and you can't find each other, or you're just not home, or there's an emergency. You saw a ninja slinking around your house. Now we're way past that point of feeling a genuine need. There is no reason I should be able to receive work emails when I'm going out after 5 p.m. And there's no reason I should be able to post a picture of the sunset with the caption, golden hour with my golden girlies. There's no reason for any of this. It's just noise. And you can just say, oh, just quit your phone, but people freak the out if you don't respond for a few hours. It's out of the norm now. You can't just ditch technology.
I make sure that I don't always have my phone on me, especially when I'm at home and I'm working, I'm doing something. I try not to have it too much because, like you said, people could get a hold of you at any time they want. I mean, what if you are busy? What if you are doing something? It does get in the way. It takes up your time.
Especially with the way it's so integrated with our everyday lives.
How do you feel about that?
Some people can't get around their city or do their job without having a smartphone. Technology used to be.
I know someone that only contacts people once a week on Tuesdays with a ham radio. That's the only way they'll be able to be contacted.
Exciting and helpful.
Cool.
It solved problems we all faced in our everyday lives. But with the way it's so homogenized now, it's starting to create more problems than it's solving. There's no more of that something for everyone. Everything's got to be one size fits all now. Every phone is an iPhone. Every car is a crossover SUV. Every console is basically the same, except for Nintendo. They're just the same as themselves. And I don't want to hear anyone saying, hey bro, I think you're just depressed. That's why nothing's exciting anymore. Yeah, I'm depressed. My big ass thumbs can't type on this stupid touchscreen keyboard, and there are no phones with physical keyboards anymore. I'm depressed. I can't flex on my friends with a sick new phone. What am I gonna pull up with the iPhone 16 and be like, hey, bro, hey, this phone is like all your phones, but I can combine emojis. I'm not going to say technology peaked and we should just stop making new technology, because I don't think that's true. But we passed the point where it was all so exciting because it was genuinely useful and looked so fucking sick. It would be cool if it was possible to just ditch your phone and get a dumb phone, but I like having Spotify and Venmo and the Chipotle app so I can get a free bowl once every 7 years.
So what if somehow we got things lowered, prices of boats, things of that nature, going out and camping, hiking, those things, right? What if somehow those became cheaper or easier to attain, right? Just like a phone. You go in there, you sign up. What if you could do that with a little jet ski, right? You can go out in the water, have a good time, start promoting that stuff more. I think that might help, but yeah.
All I
Sounds
really
good, right?
want is a cool looking phone with a physical keyboard. But until then, I'll just keep buying these cheap ass Google Pixels whenever my current one breaks. I really don't use this for anything other than phone calls, texting, and checking Facebook Marketplace for the weirdest shit I can ever find. Look at this shit I found the other day. I'd say everything I talked about is worth it because I got to see this. Chondle that subscribe button for videos about literally anything. Everything goes at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Comment what your favorite thing about old phones was, and thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you for watching. I hope to see you back next time. I hope you enjoyed your time here. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, like, and share, or just have a great day. Or both. That would be cool too. All right, bye.